Hi, my name is Faith, and I will be discussing different biometric authentication techniques that I used today. With the increase of different developments in technology and IT in general, cyber threats are on the rise now more than ever, and traditional ways of protection of data and authentication of data and data protection are a very easy target at the moment. With that being said, this has led to developers of systems to be able to create more secure systems and more secure ways to access systems and to protect systems. And some of those ways include different biometric authentication techniques that I will be discussing today. The use of facial recognition or facial recognition technology has tremendously accomplished and has been tremendously used in different fields in AI and biometrics, and has completely transformed the manner in which individuals identify themselves and protect their data. The process of facial identification begins with the capture of the human face through the use of digital image or a video frame. Some of the uses of facial recognition are utilized in surveillance systems for the purpose of identifying and getting to know who an individual is in public areas or even at borders. For example, when you're crossing a border of a different country, facial recognition is really used in that particular area. There are also a lot of smartphones that utilize the use of facial recognition, and it is becoming increasingly common to have every smartphone device that is being developed and that is being put out to the public to have facial recognition capability. Social media platforms as well, like for example Facebook, that is developed by Meta, is using facial recognition to tag their users and to use their images to improve the overall user experience, which is something that has been developed and has been seen to be of high advantage, especially because social media is something that is becoming increasingly used every day and day to day. In the healthcare industry, for example, facial recognition is used to identify different patients and provide secure access to their information and to their data that is stored in the system and their medical records as well. So facial recognition is only not used in one area, but could be used in different areas. For example, like we have mentioned, the healthcare industry or the healthcare system do use facial recognition a lot. Even to mention doctors being able to access certain rooms and nurses being able to access certain records will require their facial recognition in order to accept their credentials and for them to be able to access different users' data. Some of the advantages of facial recognition is the speed. Facial recognition is very fast. It is one of the fastest ways, of course, of accessing data because, again, there is no contact and it's quite easy to just look into a camera and for the camera to be able to capture different features of your face and give you access to a system. Another advantage of facial recognition is convenience. This is because it is not complicated, as all you need is just to show your face, like I mentioned, to a camera, and a system will be able to recognize that you are signed in and this particular face is stored in the database and be able to give you access to the system. Some of the disadvantages, of course, of facial recognition is the fact that it can be a bit biased, and this means that research has been done and research has proven that to demonstrate that facial recognition can be a bit biased and can be a bit difficult to identify people who have darker skin tones and people who have come from different ethnic origins, and facial recognition has mainly been designed for lighter and brighter skin tones, which is a bit biased and a bit discriminating. That is one of the limitations of facial recognition that we can be able to identify. Thank you for listening. That has been my presentation.